My name is Donna, and I'm your host of Donna's Edge television talk show, Where Truth Matters. Thank you so much for watching every day, Monday through Friday, beginning, you know what time, 2 p.m. on the Eastern time zones, where I'm at right now. But thank you again so much for watching. You can find us on television. We are syndicated on Abundant Television, found on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire. And don't forget the podcast on the newscasters.com. By the way, you know the president, the owner of the Newscasters is actually Clint Day, who is actually, his dad began Days Inn.
Is that right?
Yeah, absolutely. Wonderful guy. I've got to get Clint back on the show. He's usually on about once a month. I wanted to also mention to you, we are on the radio now. Now, they claim to be the biggest in South Carolina, and I think they probably are. The biggest country station, WZLA 92.9 FM on the dial, so we're there as well. Working on a few other things, too, and hope to be reporting to you. That's the one thing I couldn't tell you earlier. You know, I said I'm working on something.
Yes, I
can't
remember.
tell you what it is. So anyway, we all got all that stuff worked out. So thank you guys so much for letting us be part of your world. We appreciate that. It's good to be back on the radio again.
Of course it is. And, you know, if you haven't figured it out, Donna's not just statewide or region-wide or nationwide. She's worldwide. And we're delighted to be a part of that, no matter how often or how frequently we have the privilege.
Yeah, you're going to like us one way or another. We love doing Facebook. You know, we were doing Facebook.com for a long time when nobody else in the media world would do it, and we loved it. So we love any way we can get the information out is why we have wonderful guests. John Merrill, who is our former Alabama Secretary of State, all the great things that you did for the state.
Thank you.
I want to thank you again for that. I can't say it enough.
You're very kind. We were excited to be back at the University of Alabama this weekend, and I had a young man that works in the White House, and he came up to me at the game and said, hey, I just want to share with you, you were the best Secretary of State Alabama's ever had. And he said, I tell people in the President's administration all the time that people that promote voter registration and photo ID, if you're not doing what John Merrill did and going to people's homes or going to their communities or going to events and activities where they live, then you're not really promoting voter registration and photo ID. But when you went to people's houses, that set the gold standard for what needed to be done. And we took a lot of pride in doing that. But our goal was to make it easier to vote and harder to cheat, and having the opportunity to visit with people where they live and help them be able to obtain a photo ID so their comfort level would be raised when they got ready to go has meant the world of difference to those individuals as well as those communities.
Yeah, but I wanted to mention something else. And I don't want to embarrass you, but I just want to mention this, is the sphere of influence that we all have. So Bobby Ledbetter with Twin City Used Car Sales was having, during COVID, the COVID outbreak, a lot of folks, you know, lost their jobs and they're having, you know, income issues. And so he put together this whole troop of folks, and you were included on it. And so we were going out into various communities. And so you were out there helping us with the food. We want to thank you for doing that as well.
Well, we love doing that and having an opportunity to interact with folks. And most of those events and activities were in Northeast Alabama, in Athens and Scottsboro, and down in Fort Payne and other parts of DeKalb County, and in Gadsden and all around Northeast Alabama. And those people fully embraced Bobby and his leadership, because if there's one thing about Bobby and here at Twin City Used Cars in Gadsden at this location, he's continued this tradition. Bobby is somebody that gives back to the community. And of course, one of the things about you and what you were doing in those situations, Donna, is going around and talking to people about what their needs were and helping to expand that footprint that Bobby was trying to introduce, because you knew people in all these different communities. And let's be honest, one of the reasons he went to the places he went to and chose the locations he chose was because of you and because of your contacts there. And one of the reasons that he chose me is because he knew I'd go anywhere. And so I did. And so I was able to take information about state government and local government and go visit with folks and have an opportunity to interact with hundreds and sometimes more than 1,000 people that would come to those activities. And we did everything from pass out groceries, and when we're talking about groceries, we're talking about sackfuls of groceries that had full turkeys in there, canned goods, bread, everything that anybody would need for a Thanksgiving dinner or a Christmas dinner. We did that repeatedly over that period of time that was in question, and it really was one of the things that I enjoyed doing dramatically. Made a difference in my life and in other people's lives.
But you know something, you were in state government, Alabama state government during this time, and a lot of folks would not have taken the time to do that, and you did. So,
well, you're very kind to say that.
But I've got a question.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so if this gig never works out, like if I don't go through another 20 years of Donna's Edge television talk show, I could be a Walmart greeter.
Oh, no doubt.
I was the greeter. It was like I was the first person who was there.
Oh, sure.
I got to be a cheerleader.
Look, let me tell you one thing she did. When the line started, she started at the front of the line, and then she just kept working back to the last vehicle that was in line. So we'd always know, well, how many more cars are called up. And so they called down and say how many more cars were lined up to come through the line, because she kept working all the way back to the end of the line, not just waiting for them to come to her. She's going to them as she kept moving. So I started following what she was doing.
And
I
you
was
were very
passing out my
patient
stuff.
with me. You were so patient with me because I know it had to be irritating. I know it had to be irritating because I was talking to the kids and just having a good time and all this kind of stuff. And then I was sending them to you, and there you were standing there waiting. Donna, can you let's get with this thing because people want their food.
But it was great. It was great.
Oh gosh, it was so much fun. I'd like to do it again. Let's see if we can get Bobby to do something again.
He is a giver. There's no doubt about that. And we've seen him give all kinds of things to folks that are in need, whether it's cash or groceries or vehicles or whatever is necessary to promote the common good in the communities that he's serving. And we need more people, business people, as well as philanthropists and other just interested community citizens that are interested in trying to improve the quality of life for the people in the communities where they live.
Well, you're doing the same thing now with Waggoner Engineering, and I know, like, I was in a small town, okay, Geraldine, Alabama, and the mayor could not believe you would come to Geraldine to an event we were having there, and you did. So, I mean, it doesn't matter, big communities, small communities, and you fit in really good with Waggoner Engineering.
Well, you're very kind to say that. We've had a lot of success at Waggoner. We have enjoyed our time at Waggoner and working with Waggoner to improve the quality of life in the communities that we serve and those that we hope to serve in the future, because we don't want to be limited by boundaries, whether they're artificial or they're real. We believe that we need to work with each and every one of our counties, all 67 counties in Alabama, all 466 municipalities in our state, as many associations and utilities as we can, to help them continue to grow and offer quality service to the people that they are representing and serving according to their charge.
I wanted to say something too about the crime has really went down in this area. I've got to say this. When I was a kid growing up, Gadsden and Tala was not that well advanced as far as taking care of their folks who lived in this area. And part of it was my grandparents, because my grandparents thought Geraldine, Alabama was where God laid his head at night. So everywhere else was like really bad. But I've just got to say this: we stayed in a hotel in Atala, and I felt completely safe. I've just got to say, whatever they're doing, I know it. So you guys are
well.
helping
Larry
through
Means is a
Waggoner.
great mayor, and he's doing a tremendous work over there in Atala. But Craig Ford's doing a great work here in Gadsden. Joe Taylor over in Rainbow City. Jody's doing a great work as the new mayor of Southside. We've got a lot of outstanding leaders in the municipalities in Etowah County. And of course, Jonathan Horton, who is the sheriff here in Etowah County, is doing a tremendous job. I doubt he's going to have any serious opposition when he runs for re-election on May the 19th, because people like to see law enforcement at work, and they like to see people that are committed to public safety and doing the kind of jobs that need to be done in those municipalities because they want to continue to feel safe and to continue to feel like wherever they go and whatever they do, they're going to be protected.
Well, and then the people in this community bond together. You know, Kaylee, who's with the Gadsden Mall, is remarkable. And I had mentioned to Kaylee, I said, you know, a lot of malls, people are afraid to go in them anymore. And I said, I feel safe here. And she said, well, one thing, I don't put up with it. With anything bad happening in that mall. So it's her working with the mayor, working with the rest of the community. And then another thing that happens with the mall, the reason it's growing is more people are coming in, putting their stores in there.
Well, what you're just saying is one of the reasons why people love to go to that mall, and that's one of the reasons why it's still one of the best malls in the state of Alabama, because people feel safe and secure. They can shop in an unintrusive environment, which allows them to make purchases on the products that they are interested in, that are important to them. And so they have a good feeling about being able to go to the mall, whether it's to that food city, whether it's to the movie, whether it's to get something to eat, or just to go to their favorite retail outlet.
Oh, they have lots of restaurants are putting in up there as well. So if you just want to spend the day, and I've never understood this thing, why you didn't want to go to a mall anyway, because I don't like extreme cold weather, I don't like extreme hot. You can be in the mall and do your shopping and not have to worry about the weather.
That's right.
Did I forget my umbrella and it's a rainy day?
That's
and
right.
I've done that a lot. So, or, you know, in the South, you can just have like 4 seasons in one day.
That's
that can
right.
happen.
Look, we had a 40-degree change just last week in the weather, from where you got up in the morning and it was in the 30s, then it was in the 70s that afternoon. I mean, this is the time of the year that happens in our state.
Yeah, absolutely. I've also noticed the revitalization of the downtown right here. It's like back in the old days, back in the 60s and 70s when I was a kid, we would window shop. We didn't have malls back then.
Well, and look, the events and activities that they have here in Gadsden is unlike anything they've had since the 1970s, because you're seeing Mayor Ford placing emphasis on local shopping, on local celebrations, and he wants people to stay here, keep their money here, and do the things here that they've been doing in other places around Northeast Alabama. Whether you're talking about First Friday of each month, coming together and having a shopping experience and a celebration experience through concerts and other things of that nature, or whether you're talking about a 4th of July Independence Day celebration, whatever it is that you're talking about, he wants people to do it here.
I don't know how the women did it back in the day, though, because I remember my mother and my aunt getting all dressed up with a suit on to go shopping with spiked heel shoes, by the way, on Saturdays. It was a big thing to do. We would window shop close to Christmas, and that's the only thing I don't want to come back. I'll do the 2-inch heels.
No doubt.
But anyway, things change, times change, things are always evolving. I wanted to mention the school system, because I absolutely love Gadsden State Community College. And so I read an article where AI is really taking hold of tech jobs, and I think it's a great thing. And I know they're getting ready for it.
They are. And one of the things about the leadership at Gadsden State that has helped transform this community is their cooperation with the business and education community to make sure that the people that go to school there are prepared for the jobs that are here. And that's what you want your local community colleges to do, is to embrace that idea that they are helping train the workforce for today and tomorrow. And they're doing it in such a way that enables the people that are already here to continue to have people that are quality trained and quality prepared to be able and to work with them on day one. The other thing is to make sure that when students leave the Gadsden City School System or the Etowah County School System or the other local city school systems, that when they come into Gadsden State, if they're not prepared to work that day, they're prepared to be educated so they understand what opportunities exist for them when they complete their course of study.
Absolutely. I keep looking at my watch because when we get together on the show, I'm telling you, time flies. Let's go into a commercial break. We'll be right back in just a minute.
Queen City Used Car Sales has been serving drivers in the Northeast Alabama area for years with a quality selection of late model used cars, SUVs, and pickup trucks. On top of our extensive selection and competitive prices, we offer professional auto financing services for used car buyers of all credit levels. Whether you've just begun your search or you're ready to secure your next vehicle, at Twin City Used Car Sales, you will drive away with the vehicle of your dreams. The sales and finance staff at Twin City Used Car Sales looks forward to serving you, and you can apply for financing online before your visit to our used dealership in Gadsden, Alabama. Check us out on the web at twincityusedcars.com or go by our location at 901 First Avenue, Gadsden, Alabama. We sincerely look forward to serving you. At Lamone's Mexican Restaurant, located in Henniger, Alabama, and voted Best Mexican Restaurant of DeKalb County, Alabama 2020, we're here to serve you with authentic Mexican cuisine. Order easily online by going to lamonsmex.com or call 256-657-3999 to place your order. We're open Sunday through Thursday, 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. and Friday and Saturday, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Whether you're celebrating a cozy date night for two or a celebration for a crowd, at Lamone's you'll love our atmosphere and friendly servers. Thank you for dining with Lamone's Mexican Restaurant. At Liberty Bank, we're all about community. Whether it's to help with a charity fundraiser or help families in need, toys at Christmas, or a local football team, we're here for you. You see, we realize the importance of family. Sometimes it's to build a new home or necessary home repairs. We're here for you. If you like the feel of a small town bank with all the conveniences of a big city bank, we're here to serve you. You will find us at any of our convenient locations in DeKalb, Marshall, Etowah, and Blount counties in North Alabama. You can call and speak with any of our friendly staff at 256-659-2175 or check us out on the web at libertybankal.com. And thank you for your support of our community. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender. The only place I buy my beef is Lone Tree Ranch in Collinsville, Alabama. Their cattle is born and raised on their ranch, grass and grain fed, and you can feel confident when you serve your family and friends because their beef is all natural and no antibiotics or hormones are added. You can buy whole beef or perhaps go in with family or friends and buy half. Their customer service is number one as they take care of the delivery to their local processor and can deliver to your home for a small added fee. They also offer herd replacement heifers. I always call Lone Tree Ranch in Collinsville, Alabama for my beef specialty recipes and cookouts, and you can too. Food shortages are increasing, so buy local by calling 256-523-6462. That's 256-523-6462. Donna's Designs offers a line of handmade memorial, wedding, and keepsake jewelry that launched back in 1970. I'm a self-trained jewelry designer, and I will work closely with you to create unique designs you can love and treasure for years to come. Whether that be flowers that were used in a funeral arrangement or stones you found on the beach at a memorable trip, call me at 256-659-4319, and let's think of the possibilities.
Good afternoon, everybody. We are back. Thank you so much for watching Donna's Edge television talk show. When folks ask for the success, why have you been doing this for 20 years? Just had Kathy McGuirk with me. You know, she and I were on the show together 20 years ago. And so that was another fun reunion show. But when they ask for the success, it's not about Kathy, it's not about me, it's about our guests, and we have some great ones. So thank you again, John Merrill, for being with me on the show.
Well, when you can't get them, you can always call me and I'll come. So that's a positive thing for you.
But thank you again so much for being with us. And I just wanted to mention a couple of people who are extremely, extremely important in your life, who are always here to make sure that you and I are on cue. And one of those is going to be Karen.
No doubt. She's the best.
She keeps us guided.
Well, look, I've told people all over the state and the nation that she's the very best at what she does. And one of the best things that ever happened to me was when my chief of staff in the Secretary of State's office came to me one day and told me that he had someone he wanted me to talk to about being my personal assistant that could make sure that we were accomplishing the things that we needed to be accomplishing in the office. And Karen had been working with the Attorney General, and she'd been working in the private sector. She'd been working in the banking office there for the state. And so she had had a lot of experiences that had properly prepared her to be the most effective chief assistant that anyone could have. And I told people she's better than anybody in the governor's office, the lieutenant governor's office, the attorney general's office, anybody in the private sector that I knew that had the legal training that she had, but also in those other ministerial roles that were in those state departments. And I knew she was better than anybody that was in Washington in those federal positions with our 2 senators or our 7 House members, because I knew all those people. And of course, she's never let me down one time, but more importantly than not letting me down is letting down the constituents that she served for our people in the state of Alabama. She took it as a personal charge to make sure that people's needs were always being met. And when we left to come to Waggoner Engineering on January the 16th, 2023, I explained to the people at Waggoner in Jackson, Mississippi, look, Karen is the best at what she does. And I think they thought I was just talking about my relationship with her and why I felt like she needed to be there with us. Subsequently, she's become much more valuable to Waggoner than I ever was conceived about being, but it's because she has the ability to be successful and to help others be successful in whatever area she's working in. And that's one of the reasons why she's such a high quality person, professionally and personally, that's in demand by each and every group. And you know that from the conversations you've had with her and the work that you've done with her over the years.
And one other thing I've noticed too is Phil and Karen let me and you be us. Okay,
Well,
we do what we do best. They handle the administrative type stuff. As a matter of fact, I can't handle the paperwork. Okay, I will mess it up. So when I walk in the door with a contract, Phil goes, "Let me have it, and I hope you type it."
Right.
I think Karen does the same thing with you.
They take care of us, there's no doubt about it.
Absolutely. And then Cindy. Oh man, I love that girl too.
And she is out of town today. She's down at the beach at a conference, education conference for.
Somebody got to go to the beach.
That's well, and when they can, do their work down there as well. But that's her favorite place to be. So she's excited to be down there working in the early childhood education program for the
Oh
state.
yeah, for the kids.
That's right.
It's all about the kids. And we were talking about education just a few minutes ago. I wanted to remind everybody, I used to work for GTE a long time ago. And so I was with them a number of years, big corporate, and I handled the government, the corporate accounts. And one neat thing I know about companies, we were talking about technical college, and we were also talking about, you know, just making a career and not having the college debt. Now, we'll say this about companies, and I went through this with GTE. If you will talk with your company and tell them that you want to further your education, they'll, in a lot of cases, will reimburse you for that. Never hurts to ask, right? So if you're going to technical college, you really don't want the college debt behind you, but you decide you want to go back to college, talk with your company.
Absolutely.
A
A lot of times
they'll do
they
it.
want to be helpful to you in furthering your education because of what that multiplication factor will mean for them as they try to expand their base in their markets.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, that's what it's all about. But I met a guy, so Phil and I moved to South Carolina, and we had some electrical issues, so we hired a company to come, and so 2 younger guys jumped out of a nice truck, by the way. They were going ahead and do the repairs, courteous, I mean, just so professional all the way. And I just told them I was very proud of them. I said, guys, I am so proud of you. And so one guy said, well, you know, I didn't go to college like all my buddies did. He said, I went to the technical college. And he's taking some classes to further his education, but the company's paying for it. And he said, so this is what's interesting. He said, all of my friends said, I can't believe you're going to a technical college. You know, why aren't you going to a university, that kind of thing? He said, they're the ones that never have money to go out to eat because they're paying their college debt.
Exactly.
And he put a big down payment on a house, paid college, I mean, talking cash for his truck. So, I mean, it's all there. All you got to do is ask for it, and we got the proper training.
That's right. And he got it. And I think a lot of our young people don't get it. And then they're out in the world for a period of time and they're like, Why didn't I make a better choice? It's because they were not prepared to learn how to be educated so they could do the work that they really want to do and be able to contribute in the way that they need to.
If I were in high school right now, I'd take 2 of those. I would probably do drafting, and I would probably also do something like welding. You know, there are a lot of women welders out there
That's
now.
right.
And they say that women just have this art to it, you know, to make it happen. And I know in DeKalb County and Marshall County, when they have they'll have clubs and they'll have all kinds of training things. The women are usually the ones who come out on top.
Well,
I mean, I'm not against
art
men. I'm
with the
just saying
welding
women.
art, it makes a big difference.
There you go. And they put a lot of detail
That's
into
right.
it. But now tech colleges now are also taking nursing. So if you decide you'd like to be in the nursing world, anything medical, you can do that. You know, coding pays a lot. We have some property we're renting out in South Carolina. And so the young lady who is renting the property actually does medical coding.
Wow.
And she got it through the tech school first. And she's also an RN. So, I mean, just use your imagination. You can make it work.
For sure.
Absolutely. You know what? We've got 2 minutes left in this segment. What do you want to tell the folks before we go? What can we expect out of Waggoner?
Well, look, what we want to do is we want to be open to helping our communities transform themselves and let them become all they want and need to become in order to meet the requirements that are put on them by the people that they serve and that they represent. And that's in all 67 counties and all 466 municipalities across the state of Alabama, not to mention the associations and utilities that provide those much needed services for those individuals that are being served by those elected officials throughout the state. We are talking about water, sewer, roads, bridges, long-range planning, park design, development, anything that can help enhance the quality of life for those particular communities. So if you need to reach a firm that can help you and your community continue to try to grow and become all it can possibly be, we want you to call us at 334-328-2787. Let us see what we can do after we meet with your leaders, and if we can be helpful to you, we certainly want to be. If there are existing relationships with other firms, we don't want to supplant those individuals. We want to try to work with them and be a multiplier so we can help you identify and secure the resources that are necessary for you to do that work, but also to help you be all you can become.
So let me ask you, because we have folks all over the place who are watching us right now. Do you guys branch out into
Yes,
areas?
actually, it doesn't matter if it's just in Alabama, if it's in South Carolina, if it's in Georgia, if it's in Mississippi, Tennessee, wherever it is. We want to be your partner to help you become all you can possibly be.
There you go. You got it right here. Thank you again so much for watching Donna's Edge television and radio talk show. And thank you, John Merrill, for being with me. Always a pleasure to get to be with you. And thank you to Bobby Ledbetter with Twin City Used Car Sales for letting me come and hang out here for quite a while. Appreciate that as well. Continue sending email. I love them. I treasure each one. Donna at donnasedge.com. Donna at donnasedge.com. Thank you so much. Bye.
Because of your overwhelming support, our 1488 MyPillow has been one of the biggest sales in MyPillow history. I couldn't think of a better way to say thank you than to extend our wholesale pricing through Christmas. Get a classic standard MyPillow for only $14.88. Upgrade to a queen size, just $18.88. King size, only $1 more. Get my body pillows for only $29.88. And ready? Multi-use MyPillows, only $9.88. It's perfect time to stock up for Christmas gifts for everyone on your list. Go to mypillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use your promo code to take advantage of our wholesale pricing, including my classic standard MyPillows, only $14.88. But that's not all. I'm so confident you're going to love our classic MyPillows that I'm going to extend my 60-day money-back guarantee until March 1st, 2025. Plus, orders over $75 ship absolutely free.